Somebody said data collect fat box. Somebody out there saying they regret. You know, you call me the mouth. Don't feel bad about that. I'm gonna tell y'all, that's how you know we in Genesis, because you used to didn't feel this before. I didn't either. And data collect a fat box. Yeah, think about it. That's good though, because this used to happen back in the day before we knew about these boxes and stuff, and we didn't recognize that. We didn't know that. But thanks to these boxes, we know that they sending twins of flames towards us, instead of the see if the devil is on all fours to keep the twin and flames from uniting, then that means it must be a hell of a game, right? Well, this is one of them. So they sending the twins of flame and they redirect you, and we getting to see the effect. How we know that most of the people that we done got in a relationship with probably wasn't our soulmate twin of flame, just a south node or a north node? Never know, right? How do we know that our energy don't naturally bring in our twin of flame, like Lucy, my high school sweetheart? She was obviously a flame or a twin. And as soon as somebody else started messing with her, or did, maybe not, I don't know, but I think she was. And yeah, because I ain't never heard she wasn't in the astro. And as soon as other people started getting in, the energy shifted. Yes, it affects it. What is this trying to teach us? Genesis. And what else this is trying to teach us? Why they didn't do this back in the days. That's why when you sow your royal oats, you're not looking for your lover at that time. Because it been happening though. This stuff been happening. It been happening. It been happening because when we were dating, when we was on the streets and young or whatever, we knew something, the effect was wrong. Like when they went out, whoever wanted this person, somehow they automatically started attacking us. They ain't supposed to attack you. Or something to happen that affects the other person that ain't got nothing to do with the fact that these two people went off together. What is this trying to tell us? God trying to tell us, first off, it's Genesis. But why is it Genesis? Because it's making us recall why they didn't act like this back in the days. It's giving us, it's putting back morality and dignity back inside of us. I heard somebody talking junk about that. Well, you know, I am competing with Satan here. Let's just be real about it. This is a competition with Satan, obviously. I just don't know who Satan is, but I can tell this is a competition with Satan. Two angels competing against each other. But now, I ain't get on here to talk about that, but I want to finish this little part. But yeah, it's data collecting. You right. Whoever saying that, that's exactly what it is. I'm telling you, when I decided to go celibate, it was hard. Because for one, my root chakra somebody started messing with my root chakra around, I'm starting to remember around 16 or 14 now. I'm going to get to that story in a minute. Around 16 or 14, somebody started messing with my root chakra. Around 16 or 14. But before I get there, I want to finish this part. But yeah, and this affects the person y'all supposed to be with. So let's recall before the boxes. The boxes just telling us who doing what, how they doing, what they doing for. We can click, we can, you know, we can think smart about it now without me saying nothing. We can get smart about it now. The boxes just put it in a way where we can see exactly who doing what. You know what I'm saying? Which is good. You couldn't see that back in the days. You knew that your levels was being detoured or derailed, but you didn't know what was going on. But in this box situation, you know. We all know. But that's why I chose to be celibate, because I started realizing it was affecting me somehow. Now watch this. Let me show y'all how y'all are connected to y'all spiritual side. For y'all to even recognize that, even a hint of that, that's your soul, that's your spiritual side, that's your higher self trying to talk to you. That's it. That's simple. It's easy to put together the spiritual with the physical. Real easy. If witches and warlocks can do it, everybody need to learn how to do it. Because if they can switch the addresses up, shit, they must have been knowing how to do it for a long time. But yeah, that's your soul. If you can recognize that, that's your energy, your spiritual self. That's you using your discerning spirit now. You realize, oh wait, and that's what the scary part of it is, though. If somebody doing all that, then what's going on? Past lifetime enemies or demons? You recognizing demons or past lifetime enemies, literally. You can say this without somebody saying, oh, you always saying somebody a demon. No, you can see you can see demons move a certain way. What would make them want? What would make a lover is a lover, a partner is a partner? What would make these people with this particular energy, and them people could be a bunch of Diablos? If you learn energy like I have, what Diablos then? What Satan and Diablo on me for? A whole bunch of Satan and Diablos. I must have pissed somebody off in hell, right? So, the Diablos and Satan, that's these people energy. You can't see that in the physical. The physical, they look like they God and Jesus. That's the scary part. The physical, they look like they God and Jesus. But when you start recognizing they data collecting, they ain't just collect the data. I'm telling y'all, I seen them. One of y'all grandparents can send y'all an inheritance that pass away. You can go and be with these people, this energy. And that your address from the spiritual realm and what that's supposed to come to you, gonna go to that person. And now I'm finna show y'all in the physical what happened to me. I'm finna go into my stuff. I don't want to say names and stuff. I'm finna go into my stuff. Now, it don't bother me because I've been figuring this out a long time ago. I went to sleep good in a nightmare. They sent me a nightmare. These two women that been attacking me. Well, you know, I could care less because before them was somebody else, before them was somebody else, before them was somebody else. Somebody old been attacking me, and they just don't want to own up to it. I know who it is. It's that group of people I told y'all. I said it's high priestess. They the only ones, if I ain't mistaken, that can incarnate out of a woman or a man. Most of the time, you got to come back as a woman, come back as a man. Most of the time. So these women jumped into men in my family and women. Of course, they just jumped into family members in general. But some of these women, these were pastime lovers, jumped into males as well. And they didn't jump in the male. Oh, they jumped in the males trying to do something. I ain't talking about all that, bro. Everybody don't move that way. I'm talking about they attacked me. Their goal was to make sure I don't get onto course. Their goal is to make sure I don't get into my purpose, because I have yet to truly walk into my purpose shit. I suppose this is supposed to be the preparation for it, but I don't know. It's part of it, but it's like whatever I'm supposed to go into, these kind of attacks gonna be there, and I'm supposed to recognize them or something like that. And I ain't good at that yet, so I already know I'm gonna be here for a while. And but anyway, like I said, 2 months, 3 months, 3 lifetimes. I'm doing the best I can though. But that's all that. Now I know my father good with that. You know, I'm doing the best I can. I'm not half-assing it. I'm doing the best I can. But anyway, coming from where I come from, yeah. So anyway, around 14 to 16, I'm chilling, like I said, I was like a lady, man. I'm chilling with these women. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling with these women. So these women, somebody telling me not to say it. Oh, I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna say it in between lines. Go on and get out of the way now. They ain't gonna get it. Hell, don't say it. Don't say it. Go on and get out the way. They need to hear this. It might save some people. But anyway, so I'm chilling with these women. It's a group of women. And, you know, at this time, we don't got a martyr here. So I always had a car to drive. Always. A nice one, in fact. So the women, you know, or whatever. Or I always had other things that women like, you know. I ain't gonna get in detail with that, but I always had other stuff too. And so anyway, we used to hang out. You know, we used to be around each other, whatever. So the women, I'm good at making dreams come true. So the women would get to talking, we all get to talking. I mean, my boys be around too, and they get to talking about what they want to do in life, what they want, you know. And I say, I make that happen. We can make that happen. You know, I had some pool, I had some plugs. You know what I'm saying? I knew plugs. I said, we can make that happen. Is you gonna do it though? You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, is you gonna do it? So the women will be like, yeah, if somebody give it to me, I still gotta have a ride to get there and this and that. I'm like, well, we're gonna take care of all that, but is you gonna do it? And they be doing it. But it's like right after that, right after these women get in these situations where they finna go on this, don't get me wrong, they going towards their dream, but you ain't gonna just get rich. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through trials and tribulations. It's a process. Okay? So you go through these trials and tribulations, and it's a process of you going to it's just like the Diddy story, really, but it's opposite. You know what I'm saying? It's opposite. And you going through the trials and tribulations or whatever, and you trying to do things the right way, and you successfully do it. Y'all see how that orange peel left and came in and left? It don't bother me though. It don't bother me. It don't bother me. You see it's coming back again. You see that? I think God said something about blend that, or somebody elite did it once. But they knew they knew it keep doing that. I noticed that too. They keep going in and out. And I guess this might be a dark and light thing. Like both energies protect me, but it's like that dark energy is more of that yellow tint. I don't know what that is. I need to start writing this stuff down. They're trying to teach me, I think. Let's see if I can do it with my eyes or something. I get y'all like weird. It get like that sometimes. Maybe it's in verbal expression or something. I mean, dialogue. Anyway, so these women were like, I was like, okay, well, let's do it. We're gonna go there. I'm gonna put y'all there. We're gonna do that. So that's what we do. We go into this direction of positivity back again. Positivity. I was gonna say positive. Whatever. We go, oh, okay, I see what it is. It's light outside. That's what it is. Light outside, dim and light. I'm just messing with it. Okay. All right, and it's positivity, right? I mean, it's positive. You gotta go through your trials and tribulations. That's gonna be good too, because you're finna meet these new people. You're gonna have to put in this work. You're gonna have to practice to be perfect. All that. So it's like right after that, these pimps or these players, it's like they was always walking in my footsteps. It's like they was always one step behind me, man. And these girls would say, they'll get back in the car with me and they'll be like, such and such offer me $2,500 to do this. $6,500, $7,500, $10,000. That's a lot of money to people like us. And that's why I say you look at the Diddy store, people was getting paid hundreds of thousands, $1 million. You know what I'm saying? In the street, it was always around though. These girls was getting offered, you know, a few $1,000s. And they were like, you know, and they come talk to me about it. And I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? You know, foot against the wall. And I'm looking like, first and foremost, I'm wondering why this keep happening. But I ain't telling them that because it's with different women. And next thing you know, they were like, I tell them, I say, go talk to your mama about it. And one time I went with this person to talk to their mama about it, and their mama was like, that's a lot of money. And she was basically guiding her to, and I was back then I was, you know, doing my little thing. So but anyway, I watched these girls go off and do that. These girls was walking into, I guess you could say, fame, walking into their dream though. Literally. These girls was walking into their dream. I knew for a fact because I had to do the drive. I had to do, help out in some fashion or form, some way, with one of them anyway. And helping them get there, get on this new path, this new journey. Man, when they did that, it's like the dream faded away. They were still willing to do the dream. I mean, they were good young ladies, but it's like as soon as they went into that dark, the light faded away in that department. And then, years later, I see them, they still all right, but I'm sure they wonder what they would be like if they never took that offer. And that's why when I was hearing the Diddy, I was like, that happened to everybody. Male and female. They all go through that. And when I seen that he was such a big bad wolf on it, I was like, well, that's always been around too. That was just a distraction for something else. I don't know what that was. But you can say yes or no, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta join nothing like that. That's how it is on the streets anyway. But I just watched the dream fade away. These girls were beautiful. These girls were gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? I was just a friend. I was just a plug for them. But I remember one time, it was this girl, she was so gorgeous, she was so beautiful. And she messed around and got pregnant. She wasn't showing yet though. And the guy offered her a lot of money. A lot of money. A lot of money. And she had a good guy, I guess. That dream went away as well. You know what I'm saying? And I had a few of my girls go through it. And, I can walk in a movie. These people, whoever this was, I had to start praying about it. I was like, God, what is this energy that keeps stalking me and doing this to these women? I don't know what it was. And now that I'm in this box, I'm starting to know now, though. Y'all can't get no women without me, see? I don't know. I still really don't know. I'm just joking. I still really don't know, but I was in the movies. We was at the movies one time, and I didn't see nobody come up to this girl. And I was with one of my girls, and she got in the car and she told me the same thing. She was like, they doing it a lot. How often you think I could say no? I'm like, who? I never knew who. They wouldn't never tell me. They knew how I was back then. They knew I was gonna check them. But who would tell on somebody that's willing to give that much money? Nobody. Especially in a place where there ain't even no models. I mean, you don't need that now. You got Ubers, but I just woke up in a nightmare because my nightmare was similar to that. Like somebody redirecting all the women and stuff like that. But it wasn't a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? I'm the kind of person, bro, I done had to be in a situation where I gotta wake up in a nightmare and go to sleep in a nightmare. And after a while, it's no longer a nightmare. If anything, you show me a heavenly dream, then that might just be a nightmare. Yeah, you show me a heavenly dream, that might just be a nightmare. So I was just sitting here and I'm like, man, this is crazy. So it's almost like I'm almost getting to the point where I'm starting to understand trees. This is what I think Hitler was trying to figure out. He couldn't figure it out, and it's hard to figure that out. But I've been pushed back for so long and been standing my ground by myself for so long. It's almost like I feel rooted with a tree, almost like almost like I got my own portal, a gate or something. That's how I feel. It's like, God, I know the last leaf on the tree is the last leaf on the tree I'm already with the last leaf on the tree and been with the last leaf on the tree for a while now, and that's God. And all I really need to do is work on my attitude. My attitude still ain't good, man. And I feel like that's what's gonna take me 3 lifetimes. And what I mean by that is I still don't take nothing, man. I ain't that turn the right cheek, left cheek, I still ain't got there. You come up to me and you say something sideways, I don't know how I'm gonna react. I mean, ain't gonna be no putting no, I don't pick my hands up that easy. But I got a mouth, man, I got a mouth. Ooh, I clean you up. If you catch me, you got, this is what I used to say and my boys used to say. Before I check you, I'm gonna look you in your eyes after you done got sweet with me, no matter who you are. And I'm gonna tell you, you should have asked me how I'm doing before you started running your mouth, and then I'm gonna break you down. All of us did that. I'm gonna look you in your eyes. Then I ain't big on that looking in the eye stuff until it's time for me to look you in the eye. I'm gonna look you in the eye, and I'm gonna say to you, you should have asked me how I'm doing before you started running your mouth. I'm gonna go ahead and chop your tree on down, and I'm gonna collect the branches. You like that right there?